Welcome to my presentation on digital identities in the financial services industry, a European perspective. My name is Gilbert Fridgen and I am Professor and PayPal F&R Pearl Chair in Digital Financial Services at the SMT, the Interdisciplinary Center for Security, Reliability and Trust at the University of Luxembourg. Identity verification is of particular importance for financial institutions. Know Your Customer regulation, short KYC, requires banks to verify the identity of their customers and to check if they are appropriate for doing business. This is directly connected to further regulation like AML, short for anti-money laundering, and CTF, counter-terrorist financing. Still, according to a 2021 study by the consultancy company Strategy & banks paid AML-related fines and associated legal fees of more than 23 billion euros worldwide between 2015 and 2019. That is 26 times as much as they paid in 2005 to 2009. Financial institutions thus spend billions to comply with stricter and more rigorous regulations. According to Strategy & 80% of these operating costs are to carry out scheduled and event-driven reviews, with the remaining 20% coming from the cost of onboarding new clients and adding their data. However, regulation is not the only driver for improving digital identity management in the financial services sector. Customers are used to a high level of convenience from other internet services. They do not understand why they should show their physical ID card to a call center employee, as it is standard in many European countries, or even go to a bank just to open an account. Increasing transaction volumes and thus the need for more frequent checks are a further challenge for existing processes. Failed customer identity verification can also cause reputational damage, for example, if high-profile criminals, terrorists or sanctioned people are uncovered doing business with a certain financial institution. Last but not least, security breaches create a high risk for financial institutions. The aforementioned identity verification using ID cards and a call center is potentially vulnerable to attacks based on so-called deepfakes. We have seen already how easy it is to change faces in video material. And it is only a matter of time until this technology is on a technical level that renders this identity verification technique unusable. Thus, the need for secure digital identity management increases. Digital identity management has a long but partially problematic history. We all know user-based identity management. You create a new account for every website, for every online shop, and for every bank you visit. However, people are reusing passwords or creating accounts over and over again. At the same time, password management software is tedious to use and people have limited understanding of security issues. However, repeated passwords create the risk of identity theft. Federated or third-party identity management tries to overcome these issues. People do not log in with their individual accounts, but use features like login with Facebook or login with Google. However, this transfers the user's data to these organizations. For the user, this means a lack of anonymity, autonomy, and authenticity. Although organizations might use these data in the interest of the user, they may also do the opposite. This can be especially critical with autocratic governments. Furthermore, aggregated data is vulnerable to cyber attacks and massive impact data breaches. One example here are attacks on the Aadhaar system operated by the Indian government, where records of 1.1 billion registered citizens were supposedly compromised. A third approach that has just recently gained traction is decentralized digital identities. Here, the user's credentials are stored on their own device. Thus, users can fully control the disclosure of their identity attributes. Attributes can be, for example, the user's age, driver's license, or university diploma. Indeed, the European Union does not strive to implement a federated identity management. Instead, decentralization is the core paradigm of the European Union for managing digital identities. An issuer, for example, a governmental agency, a university, or the driver's license office, will issue a cryptographically signed credential to the holder, which means the user, the citizen. The holder can then present this credential to a verifier, for example, a rental car company or a financial institution. The entire dataset will not be stored centrally, but only on the device of the user. To ensure the validity of the certificate, the issuer is registered on a public key infrastructure. This PKI can be operated by a certificate authority or potentially also using a distributed ledger, which offers even more decentrality. The verifier checks the issuer's registration on the PKI to ensure the validity of the credential. At the core of decentralized digital identity management is the holder, the citizen. For managing and controlling their digital identities, they are technically supported by a digital wallet. With its upcoming eIDAS 2 regulation, the European Union aims to launch a European digital identity wallet. The wallet shall provide a digital base eID for its users. Users shall be able to store credentials issued by the public and the private sector, that is, also by financial institutions. Users can disclose credentials to verifiers, for example in KYC processes. Finally, users can also use the wallet for digital signatures. In doing so, the private sector will for the first time play a major role in eIDAS. Furthermore, the wallet shall be interoperable across the European Union. However, this will be one of the European Union's biggest challenges, as existing identity systems are very heterogeneous and each member state developed their own digital solutions for identity management in the past. For the financial services industry, the potentials of digital identities and wallets go beyond regulatory requirements. We have already identified several use cases where a digital wallet might enable efficiency gains for financial institutions and better customer experience. Obviously, a digital identity can help financial institutions to be compliant with regulatory requirements like KYC, AML, or CTF. However, a wallet might further help with digital payments that are currently in the hands of technology giants like Apple or Google. Financial institutions can use features like age verification for respective services. Finally, a digital wallet might serve as a second factor for two-factor authentication. For some member states and customers, this can reduce massive frictions resulting from every bank having their own system. Digital identities can be of high benefit for the financial services industry. They will enable process improvements but may also open opportunities for new business. Decentralization is the European Union's core paradigm for digital identity management. With its upcoming eIDAS 2 regulation, the European Union aims to launch a European digital identity wallet. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.